Yeah, Adam Silver is not gonna let there be a lockout. Adam Silver is absolutely not going to let there be a WNBA lockout.
When the WNBA woke up this week, chaos had quietly landed in their backyard. A whisper became a roar. Caitlin Clark, the brightest star in women's basketball, had been offered a deal so massive, so shocking, it could change the league forever. China was calling, and not just to play a game or two. They wanted her as the face of an entire global expansion. Imagine it for a second. You're Caitlin Clark. You've broken records, pulled fans out of their seats, and built a reputation as the future of women's basketball. And now, someone comes along with an offer that could make you richer in one season than most WNBA stars make in 5 years combined. Would you stay loyal to the league that made you a star? Or would you take the money, the global stage, and rewrite history on your own terms? The league is trembling. The WNBA, the organization, the fans, and even players. They're all watching, holding their breath. And at the center of it all, Adam Silver, quietly orchestrating a strategy that could either save or completely reshape the sport. Let's break it down. This isn't just an overseas contract. This is what insiders are calling a life-changing offer. China isn't asking Caitlin to show up for a few exhibition games. They're offering her a platform, a chance to become the face of a global women's basketball initiative. Sponsorships, endorsement deals, personal appearances, multi-million-dollar paychecks. Numbers that dwarf anything the WNBA currently provides. Consider this. Caitlin Clark earned roughly $76,000 last season. Yes, that's right, $76,000. Some NBA players make that in a single quarter. Yet, here's the twist. One single international appearance in China could net her $500,000. That's more than 6 times her WNBA salary for just a fraction of the time. And if she took the full season offer, reports suggest the figure could reach 8 figures. Now, let's talk context. Why China? Why now? The Chinese basketball market is massive. 500 million fans, hundreds of millions of dollars in corporate sponsorships, a growing appetite for women's sports. And Adam Silver? He's been quietly preparing for this moment for years. Ever since the NBA rebuilt its relationship with the Chinese Basketball Association after the Daryl Morey Hong Kong controversy, Silver has been planting seeds for a global sports strategy. WNBA stars are the next frontier. And Caitlin Clark, she's the perfect ambassador. Sources reveal that the offer came within 48 hours of Silver publicly hinting at WNBA expansion into Asia. Coincidence? Hardly. The timing couldn't be more precise. Major Chinese sports agencies, some backed by government investment and corporate sponsors, reached out to Caitlin's representatives, pitching her a role as the face of women's basketball in Asia. And here's what makes it dangerous for the WNBA. If Caitlin accepts, even publicly considers it, the entire league is exposed. The message is clear. WNBA leadership doesn't control its stars anymore. One player can hold more influence, more financial power, and more global reach than the league itself. Money, loyalty, control. Those are the 3 forces colliding in this story. On one side, China, offering unparalleled financial security and international fame. On the other side, the WNBA, pleading for loyalty, for stability, for the league's survival. Fans have exploded online. Half say, take the money, it's your life, your career. The other half, stay and help build women's basketball in the US. Social media has become a battlefield, and Caitlin Clark, she's standing in the middle, weighing not just dollars but responsibility. Let's talk about WNBA leadership. Commissioner Kathy Angelbert is in crisis mode. Fans have already booed her during finals, players have threatened strikes, and now the league faces the very real possibility of losing its marquee star. If Caitlin leaves, it's more than a PR disaster. It's a strategic collapse. But here's the irony. This isn't entirely her fault. The league still underpays its stars. Sponsorships, brand deals, speaking gigs. Players have had to lean on these just to make their worth match reality. And Adam Silver? He's across continents, shaking hands with billion-dollar investors, understanding the true global potential of women's basketball, and preparing a safety net that Angelbert could only dream of. Caitlin isn't just a player. She's the marketing engine. Jersey sales, ticket sales, TV ratings, they all spike when she steps on the court. Former WNBA MVPs overseas made millions. But Caitlin's potential isn't just about numbers, it's influence. She could become the most famous women's athlete in the world, not just in the US, but internationally. So what happens if she goes? Suddenly, other stars, Angel Ree, Sabrina Ionescu, A.A. Wilson, they all have options. The WNBA is no longer the pinnacle of women's basketball. It has become just one stop on a global tour. And ironically, that's exactly what Silver wants. He wants the league to grow globally, but with the stars, not without them. Here's where the story gets complicated. This isn't just about one player or one offer. It's a chess match. China has offered a blank check, but Silver is quietly working behind the scenes to make sure the WNBA gets a piece of that global expansion. If Caitlin plays in China, she should do it under the league's banner, not independently. Every move she makes now has consequences. Every Instagram post, every interview, every sponsorship deal sets the tone for the league. She isn't just negotiating money, she's shaping the future of women's basketball. Angelbert, meanwhile, is scrambling. She's trying to maintain control, push through collective bargaining agreements, and convince the public that the league is stable. But the reality? The WNBA's foundation rests on Caitlin Clark. If she leaves or even hesitates, it proves the league doesn't control the narrative anymore. The power has shifted, and everyone can see it. Former stars who played overseas quietly made their fortunes without social media scrutiny. Now, the entire world is watching. Every step Caitlin takes is magnified, debated, and dissected. The WNBA can't hide behind corporate statements or media releases. This is public and it's global. Now, let's zoom out for a moment. What China is offering isn't just money, it's global recognition. They don't want Caitlin Clark as a guest star. They want her as the face of an entire continent's women's basketball movement. Think stadiums filled with tens of thousands, live television broadcasts across 500 million households, endorsements with brands that make US sponsors look small by comparison. And here's the kicker. This isn't theoretical. The NBA has already been testing the waters in mainland China. Silver has been personally involved, building bridges, negotiating deals, and measuring fan engagement. When he hinted at WNBA games overseas, the response was immediate. Major Chinese agencies reached out to Caitlin's team. This is more than an offer. It's a strategic maneuver. China wants the WNBA's biggest star, the global influencer, the player who can draw crowds before she even hits the court. They see the marketing potential, the social media reach, the viral moments she creates, and they're ready to invest heavily. And while the WNBA scrambles to keep up domestically, Silver is quietly aligning the pieces internationally. He's creating a scenario where Caitlin can play globally without leaving the league behind. But it's delicate. One misstep, and the narrative could spiral out of control. Here's where it gets deeply personal. Caitlin isn't just thinking about money. She's thinking about her legacy. The WNBA gave her a platform, a stage to shine, a league where she could dominate and redefine women's basketball. And now, she's being offered something bigger. More money, more fame, more influence. But on a different continent. Fans online are divided. One camp screams, "Go! Take the global stage." The other pleads, "Stay! We need you here." Social media has become a battlefield of loyalty, criticism, and speculation. Every post Caitlin makes is dissected. Every endorsement deal teased is scrutinized. And while this drama unfolds, the league's leadership is fighting for credibility. Angelbert faces the impossible. She must show control, calm players, appease sponsors, and convince fans that the WNBA is stable, all while Caitlin Clark holds the real power. The star of the league has become the CEO, the marketer, and the ambassador all in one. And the WNBA? It's scrambling to adjust to a reality it never fully prepared for. It's a question of loyalty versus legacy. Does Caitlin stay, cementing her name as a foundational figure in the WNBA's growth? Or does she go, building her global brand, proving that a single player can reshape the future of women's basketball? Let's step into the boardroom for a moment, because this isn't just about Caitlin. This is about the WNBA's survival, Adam Silver's strategy, and a market that could redefine the sport. Silver knows exactly what's at stake. Losing Caitlin to an independent overseas league could be catastrophic. Sponsors could follow, viewership could drop, and the WNBA could suddenly become secondary. But here's Silver's brilliance. He doesn't want her to leave. He wants the league to expand with her. He wants the WNBA's stars to headline international tournaments, bring American basketball to Asia, Europe, and beyond, all while keeping the league as the central hub. This is why the China offer is a double-edged sword. On one side, it exposes the league's financial limitations. On the other, it presents an opportunity for global domination. Caitlin could become the first official WNBA ambassador overseas, setting a precedent for a new era. And Silver? He's the silent conductor, orchestrating a global expansion without the league appearing desperate. Meanwhile, Angelbert is trapped. Every public statement, every negotiation, every internal memo is being scrutinized. The WNBA's credibility is on the line, and its future could hinge entirely on one decision: Caitlin Clark's next move. Fans aren't just watching, they're participating in this story. Tweets, TikToks, Instagram posts, YouTube reactions, they're creating a public pressure cooker that no league executive can fully control. Players watch too. Younger stars see the potential for wealth and influence beyond the WNBA. They realize the league isn't the only platform that matters anymore. If Caitlin goes, it's not just a personal victory, it's a roadmap for every top player. The power dynamic shifts. The league no longer dictates the terms, the players do. And that's exactly why Silver wants to act fast. He's positioning the WNBA to harness this energy rather than lose control to outside leagues. It's high stakes, emotional, and unprecedented. A single player holds the leverage that could determine the future of an entire professional league. That's a story worth watching. So where does this leave Caitlin Clark? She's at a crossroads. One path leads to global superstardom, a record-breaking paycheck, and the chance to pioneer women's basketball worldwide. The other path keeps her at home, guiding the WNBA through uncharted waters, ensuring the league grows with integrity, loyalty, and domestic success. There's no simple answer. Either choice carries risk, reward, and consequences that extend far beyond one season. Caitlin's decision will not only impact her career, but the very identity of women's basketball in America and abroad. Will she seize the global spotlight and redefine her legacy on her terms? Or will she stay, becoming the cornerstone of a league desperate to hold on to its brightest star? Every fan, every executive, every player is waiting. The world is watching. Here's the truth. Women's basketball is at a turning point. Caitlin Clark holds the key. China has opened the door. Adam Silver is quietly steering the ship. Angelbert is scrambling to hold the league together. And the fans? They are witnessing history in real time. What happens next will define the sport for decades. One player could change everything. One decision could shift power from the league to the stars. And one global market is waiting to be conquered. So here's the question we leave you with. If you were Caitlin Clark, what would you do? Would you take the life-changing offer and become the face of global women's basketball? Or would you stay and help the WNBA grow here at home, shaping the future of the league forever? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This isn't just a story about money, fame, or basketball. It's about power, loyalty, and the evolution of an entire sport. And one thing is certain, the game has changed.